and welcome to Turning Point. I am your host Rika Roy. South Africa won the second ODI of the series by 7 wickets. With that, the series is now in their bag. To look back at where India fell short and to understand if they can stage a turnaround in the series, I am joined by former Indian cricketer Ashok Malhotra, Sanjay Jha, the founder of crickettex.com, and Gautam Bhattacharya, senior associate editor of Gulf News. South Africa seems to have set a target of win against India. This is the third time in the series that they have won by 7 wickets, 2 test matches and the second ODI.
Yes, I know somehow we have to stop the juggernaut. I don't know how they're going to do it because the body language is totally different. It is a defeatist attitude they have as of now. You know, till Virat was there, it looked like we can win everything. You know, anything in the world we can win except for the ICC trophies. We almost won everything. But with this lot, you know, especially the bowling department, it looks very weak. You know, our strength used to be bowling. But this bowling is because we are not able to pick up early wickets. Because in one-day cricket, you have to pick up wickets if you want to check the flow of runs. And if you can't pick up wickets, then you're bound to struggle. You know, 287 was, I would say, at par total. But the kind of the way they're winning South Africa, they're winning with 7 wickets. Both the test matches, they won by 7 wickets. First ODI won by 7 wickets, and now this ODI they won by 7 wickets. It is, I would say, it's a below par performance by India, and they are looking a very jaded lot. They are not looking the ones which have fire in the belly, which they want to win, and the positive intent is totally missing. And the body language of KL Rahul. Even after match at the conference, the way it says we are learning. We were the teachers. When have we become the students? I didn't know. You know, only at this series we have become students. We were the teachers. We are teaching the world how to play cricket. I'm amazed at the body language of the skipper and the entire team.
Sanjay, last match around this time when we were discussing about India's loss, we were talking about India's middle order unable to put up the kind of performance that's needed of them. Today, would you say that that has taken a backseat with the bowling attack looking pedestrian?
Yeah, Rika, I think let's be honest here. We have been outplayed by South Africa in the test matches and now in both the one-day matches. If you look at the ODIs, for example, we have lost convincingly. In fact, I think a lot of people would have expected that probably given the fact that we had, you know, a very aggressive bowling attack, you had spinners, you had fast bowlers, you had Bumrah in form, that India would be able to contain them. But, you know, the fact that the South Africans, look at everybody, Quinton de Kock downwards, everyone kept a very belligerent pace. And they have actually won the match with, you know, effortless ease. The last match they, I think, won by 31 runs, which is, you know, a pretty wide margin in a one-day tournament. So I do believe that India is struggling with the bowling. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar definitely stands out as someone who will need to go back to the drawing board. But even Shardul Thakur, terrific batsman, ironically, but struggling as a bowler. Chahal was okay. Ashwin had a rough day, as they say, a bad hair day, for example. But, you know, full credit to South Africa. I think one of the things that we need to acknowledge is that you're playing against a team at home that clearly is a different team. You know, a lot of people in India probably haven't seen these South African names of these players before, barring those who play in the IPL. But they have turned out to be a formidable outfit, and we have been completely outperformed on the pitch.
Gautam, coming to you, let's talk a little bit about India's bowling performance today. Except for Jasprit Bumrah, would you say that the bowling unit now requires a major shake-up?
Yes, it does. I mean, you see, what's happening is up front, it's putting a lot of pressure on Jasprit Bumrah to come back and strike again and again. I mean, he's the only go-to guy. So Bhuvaneshwar is we had been seeing for some time that he's no longer the bowler that he was. He's not being able to contain runs at the slog overs. Neither today, in fact, he just let the initiative slip in the opening overs. So you've got people like, you know, Deepak Chahar. See, ultimately this series, it was not part of the World Cup Super League. So you've got to try these guys rather than go by reputation and look at a shake-up there.
Now, KL Rahul spoke about giving these guys who are currently playing in the team a longer rope. But Ashok, do you see this is the last time that Bhuvaneshwar Kumar has played for India?
I would think so, because since he's come back from injury, even in IPL, he was a shadow of himself. I've been saying even the first game onwards that he is a shadow of himself. He's not able to swing the ball. He used to bowl at 140, 135. Now he's bowling at 125 clicks, which is a very, very mediocre to say the least. And if you can't swing the ball, then you're not good enough. And it is not that he's not picking up early wickets. He's not able to keep the pressure from the other end. You know, if Bumrah keeps on putting the pressure, but the other end pressure is missing. So it is a free hit for the South Africans. So definitely it is probably the last game he's
Ashok,
going through.
And injuries have derailed what could have been a brilliant career?
Yes, definitely. And he's very, very injury prone and he's not been able to bounce back. I still feel he's not 100% fit. He's not putting in best effort, because when your body is not fit, then you're not try your best. Then you go through motions. You try to, go within your means that you don't hurt yourself. And that is exactly what is happening with Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. He is not at his fittest. He is not at his best, and which is hurting the Indian team.
It's hurting the Indian team. The other thing that probably hurt the Indian team was the performance of its spinners. Sanjay, would you say one of the major differences between the Indian and the South African side today was the way the spinners performed in both the units?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very paradoxical reality, right? Normally, we expect the Indian spinners to be completely in command. But if you look at the three South African spinners, Shamsi, Markram, everybody, I mean, they were really brilliant. I mean, not just the economy rate, but they got wickets. So, if you think about it, there was absolutely no comparison between the two. And a lot of people would have expected that with the wicket becoming slower, since it was the second match being played on the same track, that the Indian spinners would actually be probably, calling the shots. But that didn't happen. But I disagree with Ashok to some extent. With Rahul Dravid as the coach, I don't think that any bowler, even Bhuvaneshwar, who's probably, recovering or convalescing from an injury, even nobody who's fully fit or ready to go would be in the team. I think we have now reached a professional standard where if anybody has a niggle or is even 5% unfit, I don't think they would be really put on the playing 11. So I think it's a question of form, and I do hope for the sake of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar that he's able to get back to striking that, the rich hauls that he used to get in the past. He's far too good a bowler to have actually, to be considered as one of the liabilities in the team at the moment.
Gautam, coming to you, some curious comments coming in from skipper KL Rahul. He said the energy was great, but it was too hot there in the middle. Probably it was about 41 degrees. Temperatures like India. But he said that they have not played 50 overs cricket for a while, though he isn't trying to put these up as excuses. But, what did you make out all of this coming from the Indian ODI captain?
See, everybody has seen how the series has panned out. So, you can't be in a state of denial. Really, you've just come out of a test series. In South Africa, you're in a different hemisphere. So, I believe the weather would marginally shift. Yes, there it was 39, 40 degrees.
Right.
And what was certainly needed all the more. I heard your discussion after the first today also. The energy is possibly the biggest thing that was missing in the body language. So there's no point in denying that, really, Rika.
Well, let's see how the energies work out for the Indian cricket team when the final match of the tournament moves to Cape Town. India are already 2-0 down in the ODI series. The South Africans have taken an unbeatable lead in the 3 ODI series. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the broadcast this evening. With that, a wrap on Turning Point. Thank you for watching.